you think that's a good swimming technique? Well, we're gonna find out that today. So first I'm gonna warm up a bit, just a few hundred meters of easy swimming to loosen up my shoulders. Then we're gonna start the video analysis. So we're gonna film me swimming from 5 different angles. We're gonna film from the side, below and above water. We're gonna film an overhead angle, and then we're gonna film from the front, below and above water. Pretty simple. And now we can use that video footage to analyze my swimming technique. And to help in that, I'm gonna use this book, Swim Smooth, by Paul Newsome and Adam Young. I'd say it's a very good investment if you're looking to improve your swimming technique. Before we get into the analysis, let's go through a really general template for good swimming technique. First of all, you should constantly exhale when your face is underwater. Your legs, hips and feet should be as close as possible to a horizontal line near the surface. You should kick from your hips, not from your knees, and for most people, a 6-beat kick is best. Ideally, you would also have your toes pointed back and turned inwards. You should rotate about 45 to 60 degrees with each stroke, except for your head, which should stay stationary when not breathing. Your hand should enter the water at a slight downward angle, palm facing down. You should then stretch the arm out, pointing straight forward to the pool wall. At this point, your fingertips should be below your wrist and your wrist should be below your elbow. Then you would initiate the catch by tipping your wrist, bending your elbow, and pulling water back, not down. As you continue pushing the water back, your arm should not cross the center line or move outside elbow width. And you should also keep your palm facing backwards. And finally, your arm should exit the water near your hip. And of course, that's not a comprehensive list of swimming technique. But if you get all those right, you are already an excellent swimmer. And now, I'm just gonna jump here to my computer so that we can see what your swimming technique should not look like. So let's first look at from the side, underwater. So as you can see, my hips and my legs are sinking. They're not that close to the surface. And as the authors in this book mention, if your hips and legs are sinking, it is the #1 priority for you to fix that. It will probably give you the biggest bang for your buck. And now pay attention to how I initiate the catch. It would be good to initiate it with a slight tip of the wrist, but I tend to tip it quite a lot, which probably gives me a false sense of catching the water. I shouldn't just catch the water with my palm using my wrist. I should try to catch the water with my palm and also my forearm, like this. Not like this, but like this. And then there seems to be a dead spot during my catch. So when I extend my arm out, it just kind of like hangs there for quite some time before I start catching the water. And dead spots are generally not good. You want to be in constant motion. But from this angle, you can also see that when I do extend forward, my fingers are below my wrist and my wrist is below my elbow. So that's good. Then if we move to the above water angle from the side, you can actually see that I have a pretty good fingertips first entry. I also calculated my stroke rate and it's around 60 strokes per minute. And I'm swimming at 140 pace. And in this book, the authors have made a graph that shows the sweet spot for stroke rate. It's this white part right here. And they're telling me that 60 strokes per minute for 140 pace is in the sweet spot. So my stroke rate seems to be good. Then let's look at the overhead shot. Where is the overhead shot? Here. From this angle, you can kind of see how my lead hand, especially my left hand, collapses when I'm breathing. So the arm in front kind of falls down time I take a breath. And then there's no support in the front, which is not good. The arm recovery looks pretty awkward and stiff, which is understandable because my shoulders are stiff as hell. On the positive side, it does seem that I'm not crossing the midline with my strokes, which is a very common problem, apparently. And then finally, if we look at the front, my hand angle actually looks pretty good. If I remember correctly, good angle would be between 90 and 140 degrees. And I would estimate that that's probably like 130 degrees. So I could increase the angle, but that's pretty good, I think. If you look at how much my body rotates, it's almost 45 degrees, which is kind of like the minimum I should have. 45 to 60 degrees. So yeah, those are the main findings. So this is Maria. She's the best swimming coach in Sweden, and she's helping me analyze my swimming technique. So, what do you think are the 3 most important things I need to focus on?
Well, you need to focus on catching the water a little bit better so you can push the water straight back. You need to focus on getting your hip closer to the surface so you're not dragging yourself through the water. Number 3, you need to relax your hands when you're recovering above the surface.
Yeah, and those are very common problems, right?
Yeah, they're very common.
So, do you have any drills in mind that could fix these problems?
For the catch, there's the one-arm drill. You can work with your catch, and you can also work a little bit on your balance. So it's a good complement. So you just keep one arm to the side, and you're swimming with one arm, and really extend all the way in front. Grab, hold the water, push it back. And then my favorite one is when you have a paddle. You have the paddle like this. You hold it. You don't attach it. Hold it. When you get in the water, you release it and push straight back. If you're pushing straight back, the paddle will stay and you can catch it again. If you're not pushing straight back, it will go other places.
Yeah, it's like instant feedback.
Yes. Second one, with the hips, a good one is to be on your side kicking, looking down and just really stretching out, and try to lean a little bit under your armpits, because that way your hip will come out a little bit. Keep your kicks going and switch over to the other side. You can also do switches with 3 strokes. The finger drag drill that really helps you work on relaxing the hand in the recovery. So you want to lift the hand up in front instead of throwing it. And then you need to think about starting the movement here in your shoulder, and then the elbow, and then the hand will follow. So you're going to drag the fingers on the surface as you extend them forward, and then you'll get in with your fingertips first, which will be excellent.